Yo boys, in today's video, I'm going to be going through why you can't scale past $100,000 per month with your OnlyFans management agency. And in this video, I'm going to be going through many of the reasons as to why you can't scale past it, what you're currently doing now, which is holding you back. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be going through the actual solutions that you can implement today in your agency to get past this barrier. If you don't know who I am, my name is Luca. I've been doing OFM now for just under 3 years. And over the last year, we've maintained as an agency over $100,000 every single month. And that's why I'm actually qualified to talk about this and actually go through all the things, because I personally were doing all the things that I'm going to go through in this video. And I know a lot of guys in the industry that are also in this same kind of ceiling where you feel like you're doing everything you can to break past 100K a month, but you still fall back to 30K, 50K, 80K, whatever amount a month you're at right now. One of the main reasons, actually there's multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons as to why this number, for example, is like everyone's dream, etc. Number one is, in this business, unlike SMMA or unlike normal marketing agencies or unlike any other agency model where typically you charge so if you charge a $5,000 retainer, you will have to make $100,000 per month. You'd have to get 20 clients at $5,000. To get 20 clients, to fulfill service delivery on 20 clients, to sign 20 clients, close 20 clients, you'd have to do a lot more back-end work to make this $100,000 per month. However, OFM is one of the only businesses in the world, I can't think of one else, where as a complete newbie, meaning within your first 1, 2, 3 months, you can make $100,000 off one client, off one monthly retainer from one client. You don't need any of the things that any other business would do. For a normal marketing agency to get $100,000 a month from one client as a newbie would be near enough impossible. So marketing agencies that, again, work with big brands, big e-com brands, big real clothing brands, etc., that are able to charge $100,000 a month retainer are most likely got a lot of skin in the game, understand a lot of things that go into scaling a team, building systems, and hiring, and all these things that go into actually running a business. However, in OFM, you can be a literal 19, 18, 20-year-old kid and plus one creator. You can be yourself with one creator and make over $100,000. What does that mean? Well, 90% of the business lessons that you need to learn, 90% of the things that you need to understand when it comes to business, when it comes to scaling, when it comes to managing your team, hiring, SOPs, systems, processes, framework, all these things that every other business needs to do in order to get to 100K a month and maintain it, you don't need to do at the start. And the problem that a lot of people fall into is that they see an agency that have 1 model, 2 models, 3 models, whale models making multiple hundreds of thousands each, and they replicate that with regular creators, with just normal creators on the platform, and they can't ever get past that 100K a month mark. When you apply the same logic as one model can genuinely make you $100,000 a month, but there's a lot of factors that go into it. But when you apply that logic across the board with multiple agencies that work with multiple models, multiple traffic sources, etc., the same things that got you to $10,000 are not the same things that will get you to $100,000. And to get to $100,000, if you want to get to 6 figures a month and maintain it, you're gonna have to approach it a lot different, and a lot different to what you're probably doing now. For most of the guys that I speak in the industry, most of the guys that I help teach and are in my community, and in general guys that I meet out here, most people, 2 guys at the top of the business, and then everything else, so marketing is done by them, all the traffic is provided by them, so they think of the real ideas, they send the creators the real examples, they post the reels, for example, so they're posting the reels as well. Other marketing traffic sources, they might have a VA for Reddit. When it comes to chatting, they might have, let's say, 1 team, maybe 2 teams of chatters, let's just say 2 chatting teams. Some might have a chat manager. For marketing, it's them 2 doing everything themselves, or VAs posting the content. For chatting, they have 2 chat teams, maybe 3. Some still don't have a chat manager and a chat manager. Then when it comes to signing clients, it's either VAs or them outreaching. So it's 2 guys in charge of figuring out the Reels ideas, to figuring out the ideas for Instagram Reels, sorting out the content when it comes to Reddit posting, maybe Twitter as well. Let's just put them in the same boat, Reddit and Twitter. Content strategy, helping them post. Reddit, they might have a team of VAs posting, maybe even still posting themselves when it comes to Reddit. Chatting, some maybe still even chatting, but let's say you have 2 chat teams, monitoring the chat teams, managing shift schedule, maybe one day a chat or a chat team or 2 chatters might be sick, might not to work, covering the chat, checking the mistakes, checking if the chatting is going wrong, adding the scripts manually, uploading the model's content to the inflow manually, all the things related to the chatting. And then when it comes to outreach, whether you're doing outreach with an actual system in place and doing it consistently, in most cases, most agency owners go through this kind of hamster wheel where, let's say they sign 4 clients, so they sign about 4 models, and once they sign maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe some stop at even 1 or 2 models, they actually stop outreaching. Why? Because they have to focus on their clients and deliver a good service, and they can't take any more clients. So when you circle that back, if any of these 2 guys, these agency owners, take a week off, a month off, or a day off, or they don't perform the best that they can, the whole business can't run. If they don't check the chats for that day, for example, how do they know that the chatting isn't at the level it needs to be? If they don't come up with the Reels ideas, how are the models going to film Reels? If they're not there active to help the model film content, film Reels examples, Reddit, scripts, etc., they're not there to send it and make sure it's done right, how are you going to know if the model's done the right content? If they're not there to manage the Reddit VAs, how do they know the content's uploaded properly? Let's say they have Instagram posters, or if they say let's say they're posting themselves, because a lot of guys in OFM love to post on man phones themselves. Let's say they're posting on their phones themselves. Let's say you run 5 Instagram accounts per phone. 5 Instagrams per phone, you've got about 4 phones. You're running on 20 accounts. 20 divided by 2. So 10 accounts each you're posting on. Posting on Instagram takes about 5 minutes a day per account. So 50 minutes, let's say 20 accounts. 5 minutes per day per account, 20 accounts, 50 minutes times to 100 minutes, so over like 2 hours basically, just under 2 hours. Again, give or take how many times you post, etc. So now if you don't post, you don't get traffic. Don't get traffic, you don't get guys to sell to for your chat team. Chat team doesn't get sales, you're still paying out at the end of the day. Then as well, when it comes to outreach, so most guys get 3, 4, 5 models and focus on, okay, I need to get traffic, I need to get traffic, I need to get traffic. And then they stop outreaching. Then what happens? You have 4 models, maybe one makes 30K or 20K per month, one makes 20K per month, the other few make 5, 10K, whatever. Eventually, out of these 4 models, one will leave, and then now you're down back to whatever amount a month, let's say 10K, 15, 20K. Because you stopped outreaching, you stopped doing what worked to actually get you the clients in the first place, because you're now focused on delivering a good service to your clients, but you stopped doing what worked in the beginning. So you don't have any system in place, you don't have anything in place to predictably scale, to predictably sign models, bring them to your agency, deliver a good service, and go past, I don't have it written up, but go past that 100K a month mark. And one of the main reasons why this setup is so bad, and you don't actually realize it, because everyone tells you, from all the influence out there, from any like guru online, anyone who says you need to work hard, all these people that are just feeding you like you need to work hard, you need to work hard, you need to work hard. What do you then end up doing? So you take working hard by, okay, I need to manage the VA on Reddit. I need to think of, let's actually count this on my hand. So you take working hard, let's say 12, 14 hours per day to do all these tasks. So every single day, if you want to operate your agency where you're still signing new clients, you have the chat at a good level, you got good traffic, and you're posting, etc. for your models. In your workday, you need to, number 1, manage your VA for Reddit. Let's say they go wrong, let's say they don't post correctly, etc., etc. You need to make sure, scan the Reddit account, making sure everything has gone right. Number 2, you need to think of ideas for your model's short form content for Instagram Reels. Again, however long you spend on that, let's say 30 minutes or an hour. 30 minutes to an hour on Reddit. 30 minutes to an hour thinking of ideas. Another hour or 2 helping your creators film the content. So sending them in, breaking them down, showing them exactly what you need to do. That's 3 hours already. Another hour, as we broke down, on posting. So on 10 accounts, if you're posting, that's another hour. That's 4 hours. Now, managing the chatters. Well, the chatting 24/7. So you can either choose to analyze the chats for 5 minutes a day, 30 minutes, an hour a day, but the whole other 24 hours you won't be able to do. You can obviously go through old old chats, etc., but you don't have 24 hours in the day to obviously go through the chatters. So that's already 5 hours, let's say, if you spent an hour on that. Now, outreaching. How many DMs are you sending? Let's say you're sending 100 a day. You're actually finding good leads, another easy hour. Then, let's say you want to spend more time on any of these things. Let's say, again, you have to think of more ideas. You have to buy new Reddit accounts. You have to launch new Instagram accounts. You have to talk to the models that might go longer. You have to deal with an issue with a chatter. Maybe you have to close a model. Maybe you, imagine all the other problems that just pack up day on day on day. Maybe a chatter doesn't log in and you need to cover their shift. All these things go around and around and around every single day within your agency. And if you fall behind on any one of these things, you don't get results. And the reason why everyone comes to me in meetings, in person, everyone asks, what's your traffic source, G? Because everyone thinks their problem within their agency is that they need more traffic. They need more traffic, if they get more traffic, they get 100K a month. But what everyone fails to realize is they're spending maybe 1, maybe 2 hours per day max on Instagram ideas alone. So they're only spending 2 hours per day. Let's just say 1 hour, because I know for a fact a lot of guys just saying copy paste trends. So 1 hour per day on ideas. If you're spending 1 hour per day, that's 31 hours per month on the one thing that you believe makes you the most money, which is more traffic. How do you get more traffic? You go by getting more viral on Instagram or better content that your models produce on Reddit, Twitter, etc. to get more views, more conversions, more subs, and then obviously more money. But if you're doing all these other things in your agency, you're posting on Reels, you're posting on Reddit, you're managing a Reddit VA, you're managing your chatters, you're training chatters. I forgot to mention, even more of the day, hiring new chatters, dealing with bad chatters, managing your chatters, training your chatters. There's so much more when it comes to the chatting. But you're spending your whole day on all these other things that, yes, you need to do to work hard, to run your business, but you're neglecting the one thing that actually moves the needle, which is more traffic and, in most cases, 100 DMs. In most cases, you stop outreaching. So you're not even sending 100 DMs a day at a bare minimum. So you stop doing the one thing that gets you clients, and you've also spent so little time. If a work day, let's say, is 10 hours, you spent 10% of your time on the thing that you complain about and look for makeshift solutions, makeshift services to get more of, which is traffic. Everyone tries these traffic providers, these bullshit short-term solutions. So you spend 10% of your time on the one thing that makes the most change in your agency. For example, if you make 10 subs per day, you make X amount per month. You make 100 subs per day, you make over 10X more than you would at 10 subs per day. It's just simple maths. But you spend 10% of your time on that thing. And why? So why do you do that? Because it seems, when I was doing it myself and when I truly understood, oh my God, I've been doing this wrong my whole time, because it seems normal. You're working hard. It feels like you're working hard. It feels like you're doing important stuff. When in reality, all that you're doing is easily outsourceable or delegatable to someone within your team to actually manage that task and be a manager, let's say, of your Reddit team, of your chatting team, of your marketing team, or of your operations. 4 things just there, for example. A 5th one you could say for client acquisition, for recruitment. You have to manage everything, and you have to split your focus on 5, even 6 different things at once just to maintain the business. So because your focus is split this far, it's impossible to get results on that one thing, which is, let's say, Instagram. It's impossible for you to get the same result as other people are getting on Instagram because your focus is spread so thin. And why you look at a lot of agencies in this business that only do one traffic source, but they do it better than anyone else, is because they applied 100% focus on one thing. And IG is obviously the most leverageable traffic source. Again, you can have the same effect on Reddit, on Twitter, etc., but IG has the most leverage as you can go the most viral. The agencies that perform the best in general focus all their effort on one thing, and because they do that, they actually get better results than you. So So right now, again, if you're stuck from 30, 40, 50, maybe 60, even maybe like 80, 90K a month, but you're doing everything, the reason why you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down is because you don't have the time to put your full effort, your full focus, your full attention on the one thing that actually will 10x your agency or 3x your agency. And because of that, people like me, like other people in this industry that have managers in place for each specific department, let's say it comes to Instagram and it comes to marketing, managers in place that work 8 hours per day on that specific thing, whether it's chatting, whether it's marketing, whether it's client acquisition, whichever one it is. Managers in place to handle that specific thing 8 hours per day. As the owner, because all the other things are delegated to a manager who manages a VA. Real quick, boys, sorry to interlude. If you want to know my exact agency structure and how I structure things from my managers, from my chatters, my posters, my employees, and everything in the agency, join my free school. And if you DM me on there, I'll send it to you for completely free. I've shared it to the other guys in school. And if you want to get access to that yourself for free, just message me in my school. I'll let you get back to the video. So the structure would be you to manager 1, you could have for marketing, so content, manager 2 for chatting. Again, you could have multiple managers in that department. Manager 3, operations, so having someone that literally handles the operations solely of the business. Manager 4, client acquisition, so in charge of your outreach VAs, etc. Let's say you have this setup here. Your time now, 8 hours per day, every single day, is being spent on making sure that the chatting is at the highest level. 8 hours per day, every single day, is making sure that the posting, the hiring, the management, paying the VAs, everything operationally is being done at the highest standard every single day. Every 8 hours per day is being sure that DMs are being sent, your VAs are being managed correctly, they're sending the right messages, they're finding the right leads. And then the biggest needle mover, 8 hours per day on one person is spending on strictly the ideas, the content, and making sure it's at the highest level. Now, because you're not posting, managing VAs, posting on Reddit, checking your chats, doing the promotions, helping the models film, finding ideas, etc., 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 you can now put your time into what you want and what actually moves the business. So that could be signing clients or getting a better service for your clients. So signing more models or delivering a better service for your models. But you can't do that until you buy your time back or delegate and hire correct people for each of these roles in order to actually have that full focus on, let's say it's marketing, on the one thing that really actually drives your business forward. And the problem why no one thinks to do this, especially in OFM, is because number one, in the business itself, no one learns these things because you can go to 100K a month. I've done it before. 2023, during TikTok, we scaled way past 100K a month just by me, my business partner, having our creators post on TikTok, going insanely viral and just making money like that. It was so easy. Even like back in 2023, when one day we had literally a TikTok that got 20 mil views and we got 4,000 paid subs on the account in one day. It was fucking ridiculous. I have a video on my Instagram. But because you attach that, oh shit, I can do it myself, I don't need to hire someone. Or you go through the pain of hiring people and you can't find someone competent, you can't find a good enough candidate, you can't train people correctly, you can't find a bunch of volume of candidates. You then say, fuck it, I'll do it myself, no one can do it as good as me. The reality is there's a lot of people that are better than you at that one thing. And if you're spreading your time across all these different things to get to that 100K a month goal, you're gonna get to that, like you can get to that, but it's going to be such an uphill battle. Whereas if you put the teams in place, if you understand that this is a business and your job is to deliver as good of a service possible to your clients and work with the best possible clients, if you build that structure, you can spend your time actually thinking on how you get better results for marketing, on how you get better results for chatting, on how you get better models signed. And when you spend that time thinking, let's say you spend 5 hours a day, your whole morning to afternoon, from 7 a.m. to 12, thinking on improving everything. So improving. Over 1 week, you're doing over 35 hours just on thinking alone on that week. So think about it. If you're not getting results, but you're spending all that time improving, thinking of new ideas, getting better ideas. The best agencies or the best creators out there aren't doing anything crazy. They're simply doing better, simple ideas executed better than everyone else. So it's basic. It's not easy, but it's basic and it's simple. It's just hard to execute. So if you spend your time actually thinking, all of these things will move way, way better. And because you're not the bottleneck, because you're not doing everything, let's say you don't perform at the best of that day, or you have a day off, or you go out, whatever the case may be, your team is still able to operate the business without you, and you're still able to think and spend time thinking on how you're going to move the needle. By far the most common problem I see with most agency owners, because at the end of the day, most agency owners, let's be honest, are 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids. That's the first business. They've never done a business before, and they don't understand business. No one is there to teach you these things. I've never seen a video like this on OFM on YouTube at all. And the problem is that it works to some degree, but to some degree is the only level you're going to get with the setup where it's just you two guys doing everything yourself. And once you actually get enough time in your day back by having everything else run, maybe you're doing maybe one of these things, maybe two, maybe you have a chat manager, an operations manager, etc. But once you have your time back to just focus on growth and focus on getting better results out of your team, is when you're going to get way past 100K a month. And by far, not helping the creators film, not everything when it comes to like the other stuff that aren't actually the ideas. If you spent 10 hours, 8 hours a day on that alone, you're going to get better at reels at an 8x rate than someone who is still spending 1 hour per day and complaining about his traffic source, why it's not working. Like, imagine an 8x return on your time on working on the one thing that moves the business the most. It's insane if you actually implement it, because more time, like everyone understands that you need skin in the game and you need to put time into things you don't just blow up overnight. The more time you put into something, the more lucky you get, which a lot of people love to call people lucky. The more lucky you get is simply you've done 20 times more, than even 100 times more what they can fathom, whether it's signing the creators, whether it's going more viral. You can't fathom how much time someone who's spent into that if they're doing that every single day. And this structure, this setup is what I actually go through within the guys. And if you want to know more about how I structure my own agency, how I structure the guys that I work with, and I personally help build out this system and build out these structures within their own agencies, you can go in the link of this video and go on my website to book a call, and I'll go through a free roadmap call where I'll break down exactly my structure, exactly how I would set your structure up, getting to know more about your actual current situation and seeing how you can start implementing this to get to 6 figures a month. Because right now, if you're at that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever K a month, and you want to get to that 100K, it's not about working harder. If it was that simple, everyone would do it. Everyone would spend 20 hours a day if they could guarantee 100K a month. It's about putting your time on the right things and valuing your time correctly to spend it on high ROI tasks and get your time back in order for you to do so. If you don't have any of your time because you're doing everything in your business, how do you expect to think clear enough to get the best possible outcome? And that's why you're stuck in your current situation. So by just implementing this structure alone and by focusing on your marketing when it comes to your agency, by far, you're going to move the needle. You're going to have that, by just pulling that lever alone, you're going to be able to, 1, get better results when it comes to traffic, 2, as a byproduct, get more sales, 3, actually deliver a better service to your clients, and 4, get more referrals, get a better service delivery, and actually scale your agency. And just like I went through there when it comes to marketing, you have to do the same for chatting, the same for client acquisition, the same for operations. You need to put hours in. Right now, you probably can't even fathom the amount of time that I personally spent over the last year, the amount of time that other people in this industry have spent on perfecting that one thing. Because when it comes to leverage, you get leverage by doing one thing right and doing one thing better than everyone else over such a long period of time. And right now, if you don't have any leverage, if you're doing everything yourself, you have to play catch up on actually getting leverage and getting expertise and skill within a specific platform, within a specific skill within the business. And yeah, that's really it. It's not necessarily difficult when it comes to how to get to 100K a month. It's a simple process, it's a simple system. It is difficult to actually execute that, hire the right people, training the right people, setting the culture up correctly, working with the right models, having everything run in unison. That's what takes work. But I hope you boys enjoyed this video. I hope you boys enjoyed the whiteboard style of video. Again, I will get better actually writing myself. I haven't wrote in about 6 years now. So I hope you boys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.